What's up, guys? My name's P, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Phipps Tips. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the overall market. We're going to check out the top performers, have a look at the biggest winners and the biggest losers. We're going to check out a couple of news articles that I found today. One in particular has to do with Bitcoin and its rough weekend that it had this past weekend. The other has to do a little bit with Bill Gates and, him being a complete and total hypocrite again. Go figure. And then we're going to wrap it all up with some technical analysis of Bitcoin. It's going to be a Bitcoin sort of day, guys. It's had a rough weekend. We're going to try to spot some patterns, maybe, see where it's going to go from here. All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. We are currently looking at coinmarketcap.com, guys, and the market cap is checking in at $439.7 billion with a 24-hour trading volume of $25 billion, and Bitcoin dominance checking in at 36.3%. Of our top five, we have Bitcoin down nearly 2%, Ethereum down nearly 5%, Ripple down 4.1%, Bitcoin Cash down 5%, and EOS bringing up the top five up 3.78%. Movers and shakers versus Bitcoin today, guys. We have Bitcoin Dark still doing things against Bitcoin, up 44%. Loom Network still shaking against Bitcoin, up 19.2%. Funfair up 17.72%. 0x showing signs of life still, up 13.2%. And PundyX rounding out our top five, up 8.4%. Our gainers and losers today, guys, we have Pizza Coin. Really? Pizza Coin up 263.59%. Caliph Coin up 129.4%. Phi Token up 65.8%. Bitcoin Dark up 41.18%. And Pro Currency up 36.5%. Pizza Coin, guys. Pizza Coin. I would avoid this like the plague. $57,000 in 24-hour trading volume. That could be just one guy moving all that kind of volume. So yeah, I would look into the coin. If it's, I don't know, it just seems like it's something that's being pumped and dumped right now. So, my opinion, avoid it. Our biggest losers, Verimi, down 33%, Taz, down 29%, Ocean Chain, down 23.04%, Bitcoin Interest, down nearly 23%, and Vipstar Coin, down 21.45%. Of these top five, guys, I have no idea about any of them but Ocean Chain. I did look into it over the weekend, seeing as how it actually had a decent amount of volume. This is a legitimate coin, something that you guys might be interested in looking into. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it right now. Just know that, yeah, it's a legit coin, in my opinion. And that is our overview for the day, guys. We're going to now look into our news articles of the afternoon. Our first article of the day, $35 billion wiped off the market cap. How did that happen? Stay tuned to find out. Here we are, guys, with our first article of the day. $35 billion wiped off the crypto market as BTC tests 10K only to retreat. May 7th, more than $35 billion were wiped off the cryptocurrency markets this weekend as Bitcoin tantalizingly tested the $10,000 resistance only to retrace Sunday, May 6th. Total market capitalization, which came close to $500 billion on Saturday, is now down to $429 billion as of press time, as per CoinMarketCap data. And as I just showed you guys, that's actually up about $6 billion. We're currently at $435 billion. All but one of the top 10 coins are in the red, as data from 360 shows. EOS still up. Bitcoin is trading at 9,226 as of press time, down about 3% over a 24-hour period. The cryptocurrency had hit a high of $9,900 on Saturday and retraced to 9,500 support level Sunday, only to fall further still. And as I looked Saturday, guys, we were at 9,960 some odd dollars. We could not quite hit that 10K. That is a big bubble, a big psychological bit of resistance for Bitcoin to crash through. Ethereum is trading at $703, down almost 8% over a 24-hour period. Senior SEC and CFTC officials are scheduled to discuss a possible security classification for Ether later today, but whether or not a discussion or indeed a public statement will be made remains unclear. And to clear all that up, guys, there will be no statement made. It was pretty much lost in translation what was going on with Ethereum and the whole SEC, CFTC talks today. Nothing concrete is being brought out today. And because of that, you can see like a little bit of a dump on Ethereum's price because of that. Bitcoin Cash has also seen a correction today. After impressive gains earlier this week, the coin is trading at $1,617 at press time, down more than 5% over a 24-hour period and down 3% against Bitcoin, as data from CoinMarketCap shows. Yesterday, CoinMarketCap quietly removed the pro-BCH website Bitcoin.com from its Bitcoin page, apparently in the wake of a recent campaign waged by the BTC supporters who were angered by the site's alleged misrepresentation of the distinction between the two coins. Overall, the markets appear skittish, despite the fair share of bullish news this week, from Goldman Sachs' announcement that the bank plans to open a crypto trading desk to news that South Korean ICO market may soon be reopened. A pro-Bitcoin Wall Street analyst warned late last week that signs of a wider crypto adoption currently appear weak, pointing to public interest indicators including fewer Bitcoin Google searches and a low crypto wallet growth. So, guys, I took the time and I watched this over the weekend. I loaded up my chart on TradingView.com, and I watched all weekend long as Bitcoin just hovered around the $9,000, $9,900 range, and it hovered there for most of the weekend, and then late last night, around 8:30 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the dump ensued, and the price plummeted from 9,900 down to like 96, and then from there it has just kept falling. So what do you think we need, guys? What do you think we need for Bitcoin to actually hit that 10K range and then go past it? It is a big psychological barrier for a lot of people. We've seen it in the past. I'll show it to you once we get to the chart. That 10K is historically has been a rough patch for Bitcoin. But drop me a comment down in the comment section, guys. Let me know what you think. You think we're going to see it by the end of this month that Bitcoin punches through that 10K, or are we in for a bit more of a retracement? Let me know what you think. We're going to move on to our next segment, Bill Gates, and his bit of rhetoric. Stay tuned. And our last news segment of the day, guys. Our good buddy Bill Gates is back in the crypto spotlight. Bill Gates: I'd short crazier speculative Bitcoin if I could. Microsoft founder Bill Gates issued critical comments about Bitcoin May 7th, telling CNBC it was a greater fool investment and he would short it if he could. In comments during the network's Squawk Box segment, Gates, who in February claimed cryptocurrencies had caused deaths in a fairly direct way, nonetheless did not discount the idea of engaging with it himself. As an asset class, you're not producing anything, and so you shouldn't expect it to go up. It's kind of a pure greater fool theory type of investment, he said. Now, what he was talking about, guys, when he would short it, is shorting the market that Bitcoin is in. And what a shorting is when you borrow a certain asset from a broker and immediately sell it. in hopes that the price will drop so you can buy that exact same amount for a cheaper price and then keep the difference between the two. So I agree I would short it if there was an easy way to do it. The timing of Gates' cautionary words is curious. In the years institutional investors can short Bitcoin using futures contracts, investment banking giant Goldman Sachs last week appeared to confirm it would not only join in on that arena, but to seek to offer clients more direct exposure to Bitcoin specifically. As Cointelegraph reported, quoting an executive in charge of the plans, Goldman now considers cryptocurrency not a fraud, and while it is a heightened risk, it is not something it doesn't understand. For the Microsoft mogul, however, the assets would appear too risky for long-term commitments, either as a client or institution. Bitcoin and ICOs, I believe completely, there are some of the crazier speculative things, he added. Gates' most recent comments echo those made on Saturday by Berkshire Hathaway's Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, with the latter going as far as to compare Bitcoin investment to trading turds. Which isn't, a very PC thing to say, but, whatever. When you're a billionaire, I guess you get to say whatever it is that you want to say. But, guys, what do you think about Bill Gates here saying, it's a risky endeavor, this cryptocurrency. And this whole has caused deaths in a fairly direct way thing is ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous. He is alluding to the fact that cryptocurrencies are used for, underground drug deals and or money laundering. And the only reason anybody uses cryptocurrency is for some sort of evil plan. What do you think, guys? Do you think cryptocurrency is evil? I myself, I don't think it's evil at all. I mean, I understand it's just like anything else that it can be used in a degenerate manner. Sure, that happens, but, fiat money is used to cause deaths in a fairly direct way. So, I just find that argument is ridiculous. And in fact, I find his whole argument about, him calling Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, just a speculative, crazy thing, I find that ridiculous as well. And you guys should too, because there's one thing I would just like to leave you with before we get into the technical analysis, and that's this. Gates Foundation to use Ripple Interledger tech in mobile payments push. Just something to think about. And here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin versus US dollar day scale using the Bitfinex exchange information. And as you recall from last Friday's episode, Friday, where we were talking about the Bitcoin trying to needing volume to bust through the 10,000 range. Well, guys, I watched it over the weekend, and we didn't get there. We didn't get there at all. In fact, we got rejected from the 10K line, and now we're seeing a bit of a pullback. What we're going to need to see, again, as previously stated, is volume. Lots of green candled volume for this to push through this area. And if we don't see that, guys, it's just going to continue to go up this trend line until it's got nowhere else to go, and then I feel like we're just going to break down. And from there, I mean, we've got all sorts of support, but I mean, from there, we need that volume to get us through the 10K range, guys, or else or else we're just in trouble. We'll see this as our next line of support, right around the 9,000 range. And if that doesn't hold, then we'll be around the $8,100–8,200 range. And if that doesn't hold, we'll be around the $7,000 range, back where we were like in early April, the end of March. And that is definitely not something that we want to see, guys, especially for those of you who are expecting the May bull run. This is what we're looking at. If we cannot push through this area, here is our 3 lines of support that can potentially hold us. And actually, we have another indicator. We will pull that up. It is called the exponential moving average. And what that is, what the moving average is guys, is see every one of these candles. There is a value calculated to each one of these. Each one of these candles has a value. And they are all added up and then divided by the number of candles, and there's your moving average. Now, the exponential means that this line here, this moving average, is actually affected by trade volume. Like, see how these wicks drop? Like, we've got these really long wicks at the bottoms of these or at the top here. That all affects this. And we're going to change this from a 9-day, we're going to change it to the 200-day. And we're going to change our style so we can see a little better. We're going to make it a nice bright yellow. Thicken the line for us. There we go. And this right here, this 200-day moving exponential moving average, is an indicator that a lot of technical analysts use just to see what kind of support we're building over the last 200 days. And as you can see, guys, at least Bitcoin is still hovering above the 200-day exponential moving average, which is a very good sign. We want that to happen. We can see that it's bounced off of it back in the 20th through the 24th, I'd say, of March. And then we pushed through it on the 20th of April, and we have been above it ever since. Now, what we can expect is if we break down through this upward trend that we've got going on right now, that we could use this as a line of support as well. So, I mean, we're not in terrible shape when it comes to, you know, support. We've got, what, 3, 4, 5 different levels of support that we can potentially meet before it's just all out free fall. So I think we're good there. But what we do need to see, guys, is lots and lots of positive volume. Big green candles forming so we can just get past this 10K and just be done with it. The next challenge after 10K, if and when we do push through here, is this. This is the line that everybody will be keeping an eye on. And I'm going to draw a box just so I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. The 12K range. We were rejected from this on 2 separate occasions back in February and in March. And we have yet to see that high again. And this is the range, guys, that everybody is keeping an eye on. Everybody. Bots, the retail investors like you and myself, big corporate investors. Everybody is watching this area to see what happens with Bitcoin. I honestly expect, guys, in my personal opinion, that we're going to see another retracement. We're not going to punch through here. We don't see the volume. There's just, let me pull up our volume indicator. But we're just not seeing the volume. If anything, it's negative volume. It's just, we're just losing we can just see it. As you put that trend line up, you can just see downward sell pressure constantly. Big red candles, and then we'll get the smattering of greens, but then big red candles just keep pushing and pushing and pushing us down. And I think, guys, see how we're actually pushing up off of our trend line here, which is a good sign. But we really, really, really have to have green candles just to push up through here, guys. That's what I need. I need to see it. But that's going to do it for today, guys. If you're still here after all this time, hit that subscribe button, as I try to post a video every single day, Monday through Friday. If you learned anything new today, hit that like button. Share it with a friend. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.